Hi, Mike and Paul here in sunny Lytham St Anne's.
Beautiful.
I'm in a bit of danger of some serious burn here unless we've got factor 50 on. So we've got a brand new site here in Lytham St Anne's. Some of you may remember we had one called Fairhaven View, which we launched.
Successful.
Was it last year? I think we launched it. Really successful. So we've got a brand new project with the same developer. Mixture of studios, 1s and 2 beds.
One potential 2 and a 2 bed and some studios, yeah. Absolutely same sort of structure.
Yep, and the area itself, it's got bags of potential, hasn't it? Clearly from a tourist point of view.
All sorts. So this new development is literally a 5-minute walk from here.
Yeah.
2-3 minute walk to the town centre, 1 minute walk to the train station. Nice building, high ceilings, but I think we've managed to get it priced very competitively, so even on ASTs or short-term lets, you're going to do very well.
Yeah.
It's...
I think that the great thing about Lytham St Anne's is it is popular all year round. Obviously more so when the weather's like this, but it is somewhere people visit all year, and we saw that when we sold the last project. The amount of investors that come through and mention that they've been with family.
It's what you've got around it as well, because you're on the right side for things like the Blackpool Pleasure Beach, but Lytham is more upmarket than Blackpool.
Yeah.
So you have a nicer stay, but you do have that to access down there. Yeah. You've got everything you want just on the tram. And it's a great little location.
To give an idea, it's about a 15-minute drive, isn't it, to Blackpool from here. We're about 30 minutes from Preston.
But then obviously what you've got with Lytham as well is you've got the golf courses around it.
Yeah.
So as an all-round resort, it's incredibly good.
Yeah,
but it's also got a very appealing AST market as well, which I think is quite important.
100%, and those of you that follow your golf will know, like Paul says, we have the Open here. I think the next one planned for Lytham is 2026, which bookings will absolutely soar anywhere in this sort of location. But people use the golf course all year round. Yeah. It's not just for the Open every few years.
Yeah.
So you've got that. You've got Lytham Music Festival as well, which I know is really popular.
Town centre's got all the restaurants you could need, all the main shops that you want. And it's the best of every world.
100%, and you don't need huge nightly rates. You don't need huge occupancy levels. The prices that we're selling these apartments at to get a really good net return. We're looking at around sort of 60 to 70 pound a night, aren't we, for the studios?
On the studios, I think the figure we're looking at is around about 60k, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the studios we've been in, which we will have videos to show you, are spacious, large, and very attractive from someone from any point of view.
Yeah, absolutely. Neil, thanks for joining us. I thought if you could just start by talking a bit about why you've chosen Lytham St Anne's as a location first and foremost.
Okay, I think we, as Stretchline Projects, we've been involved in this business for probably maybe it's 15 years, Mark and I. We've worked up and down the country. We specialise a lot in the North East is an area that we have looked at. And we found ourselves coming back down towards this sort of Foul Coast, where we sort of saw an opportunity for the holiday lets and the short-term let business. We spoke to you guys when we first did a project up in Settle, and we asked you where you thought upcoming areas, that we should look towards. Yeah. And you pointed out towards the Foul Coast. So we came down here and looked around and thought, well, actually, it's got a bit of everything. It's got this, particular areas very close to shops, and it's the beach with a mixture of short-term lets and holiday lets. So,
and I think as a seaside location, it's popular all year round, isn't it? Which you don't often get with seaside locations, but we know that from the interest we had in the previous project we had in Lytham St Anne's, the amount of people who had been, there's families here. So there was a general interest there from it.
When we took the last project on, we weren't sure where we were going to be with it, and etc. But fundamentally, we were, I think, both of us, or all of us, were very, very pleased on the reaction that we got. And when we went to market, how many people really wanted to get involved with this area. And I believe you sold the whole lot within a weekend or something, which is I'm not saying that's anything to do with you particularly, but fundamentally it shows the product was right, etc.
So what would your plan be then, Neil, with this particular building? What are you going to do with it?
Well, it's a different job for us really than the last one in Lytham. This is more of the studio flats here, and there are 6 studio flats, and there are 2 2-bedroom flats. We noticed that actually the smaller units tend to have a bit of an attraction.
Yeah.
Both, as I say, from a short-term let and also from a holiday let perspective.
Yeah.
So we were looking at the sort of the, dare I say, the lower end of the market, because we saw that there was an attraction there and there was a need and a want. And so with this building here, our intention will be to go through all the flats, as with the last building we did in Lytham, refurbish them all, new kitchens, new bathrooms, decorate throughout, heating systems, etc. And having had the experience in the last block in Lytham, we will blueprint those fixtures and fittings, which apparently have all been received very well.
Mark, I wondered if you could just talk us through exactly how the model works in terms of your buying process and the clients. I know we've done, this will be our third project together, won't it? Yeah, so I thought it'd be quite useful for them to understand the frameworks behind it.
So the reason we are able to produce a product that we produce at the price that we produce it, our structure is such that our investors will buy with us as a group. They will receive their interest in their lease on day one. They will buy their flat on day one, and quite simply we will retain the property that we need to oversee the transaction, set up statutory services. I get to all the exciting work, obviously, and Neil gets what he needs to carry out the building works. And it works in such a way that we save money in our funding. The clients get a completed contract straight away, rather than having to wait for 12 months on a building that is nowhere near complete and have all of that anxiety. On day one, our investors will receive their flat. They're welcome to come and have a look at their flat, and they own their flat, and we just retain the bones of the structure and what we need to provide the product that we provide at the price that we provide it.
And I think especially in the last Lytham project that you had, that phased payment plan worked really well, didn't it? And it was popular with clients.
It was popular. We sold out within 24 hours.
It was quick.
Which is the second time you've done that. So we're looking forward to you doing that again for us. And the clients have been amazing. They've engaged with us. They are welcome to have input in the product. But the specification, I mean, it is at a level where we found most people are very happy. They've changed a few of the kitchens, a few of the worktops, but generally they've been glad to be involved. But in reality, they've been pretty happy with what we've proposed.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, thanks very much, Mark. Anyway,
cheers. Thanks, Mike.
Definitely enjoying this location as one to come out and see. We'll be back in touch soon with more information on it. We'll have all the usual floor plans, brochures, everything like that as well for everyone. Thank you.